Okay, so took our circles test on Friday. We're going to start in on our new units for today. So we're going to be dealing with a bunch of graphing during this one, okay? We're going to be doing different transformations. So today we're going to talk about translations. We'll have rotations, reflections, dilations, all that kind of stuff through this unit. Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to just practice plotting points because sometimes this trips people up. Okay, so on this negative 2, 6, what does the first number tell me in that ordered pair? That tells me my x. That tells me how far left or right I'm going to go, right? And what's the second number? It's my y value, which that tells me how far up or down I'm going to go. Okay? Just look at this one up real quick. So since it's a negative 2, which way am I going to go? I'm going to go left 2. And since it's a positive 6, which way am I going to go? Up 6. So I'm going to go left 2, up 6. So from the origin, 0, 0, I'm going to go left 1, 2. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my point for that one. All right. So negative 1, 0. What am I going to do with negative 1, 0? We'll go 1 left. And then what's going to happen with that 0? That means you don't move up or down at all. So the only thing I'm doing here is moving 1 to the left. So move 1 to the left, and then there's that point. Okay, what's the 0, negative 2 going to do?
You just jump.
Okay, there's no movement there.
You just jump down.
That's right. And we're just going to go down 2 units. So there's nothing left or right. It's just down 2 units. So down 1, 2. That goes right there. All right. Then 1, 0. Where's that at? So we've got 1, 0 right here. We've got 2, 6 right here.
I'll be scared of it.
All right. Okay. So what do we do with negative 8, negative 7?
You can go left 8 times.
Left 8.
And you jump down.
Jump down 7. So left 8, down 7. So negative 8, 7. It's right there. Negative 6, 6. It's right here. Come on. Negative 4. Negative 5. Negative 2. Negative 4. 0, negative 3. 2, negative 2. And 4, negative 1. And so, yeah, that was right. That's what I intended. Is this to be that and this to be that. Okay, so let's flip over and look at this. Translations. So this is stuff that you've done in the past. Okay, you're in 10th grade now. You definitely have done this already in the past. So in a translation, what happens? Good. The translation is a slide. That SL right there tells you slide in this transformation. Okay, so let's write this down. There's this word, transformation. Write this down up at the top. Transformation.
Shut up.
Write this word down. Transformation. Okay, and the word we're talking about today is translation. Now, a translation is a type of transformation. So all the stuff we're about to be doing is transformations. Like a translation is a transformation. We'll be doing reflections. A reflection is a transformation. So a transformation is just a generic term for all of this. And it's easy to get these two terms right here mixed up, but they mean something different. Transformation just means you're changing it. Translation is a specific way to change it. Okay, so in a translation, we do a slide. So as you look at these examples, does A look like a translation?
No, it's like a reflection.
Okay, good. This is an example of a reflection, and we'll get to that tomorrow or the day after. I can't remember. That's an example of a reflection. Okay, does B look like a translation? Does it?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so if I slide from here to here, if I were to take that same arrow and put it right here, and then take that same arrow and put it right here, and then take that same arrow and put it right here. Are all four of those arrows the same length?
Yes.
Are they all going in the same direction? Yes, they're all parallel to each other. They're all the same length. Okay, this right here is what we call a vector. This is what we call a vector. If you remember on Despicable Me,
That's what I was
the
thinking.
dude, he operated with, I forget how he put it.
The crack kid.
He operated with magnitude and direction, or something. I forget exactly how he said it. But a vector tells you two things. A vector tells you distance, and it tells you direction. It tells you how far to go, and it tells you in what direction to go. Or it tells you the magnitude. That's what it said sometimes. Okay, now we're going to have vectors, and we're going to put them in arrows like this, okay? So we're going to have vectors. So write this out there to the side. The first number is going to tell you what happens to the x. It's going to tell you your left-right movement. The second number is going to tell you what happens to the y value. It's going to tell you how far up or down to go. So it's just like what you would think. So if this first number, or how would you know if it's telling you to go left? And it's just like the points. How do you know if you're going to go left right here? If it's a negative number, yep. And then if it's positive, you're going to go to the right. Okay, if you're going up, that's a positive. If you're going down, that's going to be a negative number. So as an example, if you saw a vector like this, that's 3, negative 4. Okay, so this is going to tell you to go right 3 and down 4 units. Okay, so if you see negative 7, 8, what are you going to do with that? Left 7, up 8. Left 7, up 8. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and plot those 3 points, D, E, and F, on that first grid. Plot D, E, and F on that first grid, and go ahead and connect them to make the triangle. So plot D, E, and F on that first grid. Ooh. Okay. So it should look like that right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply this vector to it right here. Okay? So that vector right there. So what is that vector 7, negative 6 going to do? Okay? So it's going to go right 7 and down 6. Right 7, down 6. Right 7, down 6. Okay, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to do that to every single one of these points. So starting with D. Okay, so I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be right here at 4, negative 7. Should get that right. Okay. Now, after we move a point or we change a point using a transformation, we call that new point D, and we put that little mark on it and we say D prime. Okay? And so we'll get into what we call compositions where we do more than one. And every time you move it again, you just keep adding a mark every time you move it. Here we've only moved it once, so it's got one little mark. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's F prime, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's E prime. Okay, so what are the coordinates of D prime? This new point we've got down here. What are the coordinates of that point right there? Okay, is 4, negative 7. What are the coordinates of E prime? 2, negative 10. And then what are the coordinates of F prime? 6, negative 10. Okay, good. Now I can go back up here. I'm not going to do this every time, but you'll be able to see here. Whoa. It was way bigger than I expected. You can see, yeah, this is going to be too big. With that vector. Okay. Moved all of those points in the same distance, same direction. All right. So what I want you to do now is to plot these 4 points on that second grid, R, S, T, and U. Plot those 4 points right there, R, S, T, and U. Plot those on that second grid. All right, so it should look like that, R, S, T, and U. Now, we've got a vector of negative 5, negative 6. What's that vector going to do? There you go. Left 5, down 6. The first number tells us our left-right movement. Second number tells us up-down. So since they're both negative, it's going to be left down, left 5, down 6. Okay, so every point up here is going to move 5 to to the left, so it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that point's gonna be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Okay, anyway, so you can see that's what it should be. So what are the coordinates of r prime? -3, -1. S prime? -5, -4. T prime? -4, -7. And then U prime? -2, -5. Do what? Yeah, I think I got that.